Echo Volume 2. I really like this song. And I think what I'm trying to do right now is to zone myself into explaining something that could be beneficial for myself and for others. And that's all what we're here for is to connect to lessons and share them. I mean, really, what else are we here for? Understanding. Wow, this song is great. So I had to say that because it is a reggae, rap, jazz, trip, hop, fondo, montañas de Osaka en 2018. Sugerencia y cultura adaptan a los sonidos modernos, cantando en lenguas maternas, conectado, tradición y vanguardia. Yo, yeah. Very amazing. So I connected to them. Kind of want to sing along, but back to maybe connecting what I just said as I shifted into this sound that I was listening and wanted to maybe shut it off, I realized I love it. And no more normally I won't be editing this video. I might shorten it up, but I won't edit it because I really believe in a certain transparency of the moment, of gathering your thoughts and how that is shared. And I've done that in my sound development with my piano, intuitive piano walks that I have created for myself. And in that self, it was for spiritual development. Because why else are we here? Why else are we here than not to learn? To learn. Like, why else are we here? To grow. Like, as I looked at pictures of my plant, um, and saw its growth. I didn't think it had grown, and it has because it looks so stable and it looks like it's been doing so well, but it has been growing. And so, as I connect all these beautiful things that I'm experiencing in this universe and wanting it to share it with you, I realize we're just here to learn. And how are you learning? And I think part of my facilitation services as an energy practitioner, as a space facilitator, as a project facilitator, it's really about where am I? Where am I trying to go and filling that gap and making it the easiest transition as possible. And some people may think that's lazy, and I don't think it's lazy because then when you're efficient, you're actually creating space for the most important things, your priorities. And sometimes your different roles that you've taken help you and teach you that. It's different to be from a space of a trooper, from a captain to a general to a director. And I don't use that because I'm for military. I use that for the concept of how it relates to our 3D world and how we are able to see that concept very clearly of that hierarchy and how it plays into our world of what are we doing, how are we doing it, and what do we need to do. So again, that hierarchy of thought of how we've been walking and being led, how are we following? Because the power is in the follow. And something I say in the facilitation practices that I provide is where you put your money where you put your time and attention to is the follow that creates the energy for the advancement of who you're putting attention to, including yourself. If you're not putting that attention to yourself and the choices of food, choices of exercise, choices of people around you, things, the content you're intaking, then that is all giving you a certain result that you're liking or you're not liking. And if you're not liking, what are you going to do about it? Do you want to do something about it? Do you like to be in the victim mindset and being and getting all that energy of, oh, yes, for me, like the telenovela situations of and the soap operas of America. And I think everyone has a soap opera. Why? Because there's that's a certain type of mindset that people have of things being done to them, but it's not. It's who are you following? That's where the empowerment comes. And so even as I'm hearing this is salsa playing right now, I'm in the transition of learning to be a better follower in my dance. And the reason why is because I have been a great lead and intuitive mover of a salsa dancer and Latin dancing, but yet the people around me weren't as good. So of course you're just going to lead if you're better. But the point was, I needed to put myself around people who are better than me, who can then I have the respect and admiration to lead. So if you are following maybe certain types of patterns in your life, that means you need a new circle. And where is that new circle? You have to go find it. Being around other practitioners of your field, other mindset people, or even exposing yourself to experimental groups just to see where you are in comparison. I had a facilitation workshop last week and I had noticed somebody that didn't think they needed the Audacity workshop, which is the audacity to voice yourself, finding that power within you to voice certain things because they thought they were the top communicator. They're like, I'm in marketing, I do this, which is great. But if you're around someone who is even more expressive than you and you're not open to it, what is that telling you? Of why are they doing that? Like you're kind of pointing out versus looking into maybe things that are irritating that where you wish you could do, but there is a knot or something that needs to be, taken apart so you can grow and follow others. Because if you can't follow others, you're saying you're always the best. And that is not true. Like plain and simple. You're never going to be the prettiest. You're never going to be the smartest. You're never going to be something that you are tacked with. You're not going to be the best communicator because there's always someone who has something that can do it better, but it's not a competition. It's a seed, it's a fertilizer for you to get better. And so when I see those people, I'm like, oh, look at that. Did you see how they do that? And seeing the potential in people when I can sense that they want to do something and then I can hear it like the potential. I love that. I love to see somebody's beautiful beauty, talent, because I'm like, oh my God, that's in there. But guess what? That means it's also within me. It's trying to come out. And I, like last night in my jam session for a organization that I've been involved with this past since my move here in by the Delaware Shore, I have seen somebody and I'm like, whoa, I am just admiring their full-fledged lead guitarist, vocals, everything, his presence, his integration of being who he is and his presentation. And I'm like, oh, I love that. And I know that's my path. I know that's where I want to get closer to. And I'm getting there, but I have to show up. Luckily, the universe brought him into this. I lead the sound jam session, and I was like, yes, let me do my basics. Like that's all I'm working on is getting my drumming in because I need to learn to follow. because I was such a used to leading. And so in this now following role, I'm sparked with freedom, because when you follow, you no longer have to take responsibility for certain things. You let others lead, and that gives them the chance to learn new tools themselves. But if you're in a leadership position and you've never let somebody else lead, you're going to understand the restrictions. And leading is part of the process of following, because you're still, as a leader, you're still needing to pick who are the people and information you're going to follow. So it's like you're never alone. You're just constantly getting inputs. And like even today, like I'm sitting here writing all the inputs for a real estate investment. And I'm like, the inputs of this, of this industry that I knew some about, but not enough. But I've been delving and then researching and, getting more reading and tests to understand this whole market that I have played in, but not fully participated. So that's me following other examples. And this might seem very basic, but the point is, if we had more critical thinkers in the following process, we would have a more elevated community. So if you can reflect at yourself or where you are, because of the all the emotional conditioning from your past, from childhood, from experiences, and you can't clear that because it's taking up so much space. And now when you start to clear that and putting your attention on what you can do, which is learn, that is a great follow in business and personal, because you learn to discern. And this gap that I feel a lot of people tend to have is this micro cosmic internal connection to self that expands. There's so much more I want to say in connection to all the things that I've been involved in this past month or past couple months. Not even months, almost like 6 months, as time has been infusing me with all the things that I love and allowing me to come to this point to share it with you. So if this was helpful, great. If it wasn't, hopefully it gives you something to discern. And I will see you next time.